Well, hi, everybody. Hey, David.
Hi, Debbie. Good morning from Australia.
Whoa. I can see the cosmos behind you. You see all my junk behind me. There.
Very cosmic out
Okay, I
here.
blew, yeah, I blew it. I remembered late that we were going to start because of daylight savings time. We were going to start at 3 p.m. Pacific. So my fault, but we have an hour, and then I'm going to stay on a little bit later and do readings for everybody. So yeah, you guys, we're going to be starting an hour earlier, so 3 p.m. Pacific time. I just saw two orbs. Weird. Hmm. You know what? I was just on the Ghost Stories podcast, and the guy sent me a clip. He said, "You ever see a ghost caught on camera?" And I said, "Yeah." And but he sent me this really interesting video clip of something coming up beside him and floating up. And I enlarged it and really looked at it, and it looked more like a rectangle with something inside. And I said, well, if you didn't have a phone somewhere, a reflection, you might just bring that up bigger and magnify it and see if you change the contrast maybe and see what's in that little space that went over him. But prior to coming on, you guys, we were talking about numbers and 1111. David, what were you saying about 1111?
Well, I was just thinking when you were talking about that, we have a scientific community and it's very skeptical, and we have a lot of people who question everything, and they say, well, you see a sign, it's not that the sign is there, it's that you are making that into a sign, because we can make anything into sign. So we have to, for me, there is a middle ground where we're not looking like outside and seeing a sign and everything, because you'll go crazy, because everything is communicating, everything is
Mm-hmm.
intelligent. There are spirit guides around, so we have to find a balance and not be extreme. Same with the twin flame idea, where people just get, it becomes religious, it becomes fanatical, they get out of balance. So
Yeah.
be gentle with the sign. When I see 1111, I feel, wow, that's cosmic, I'm supported. I have guides who saying, hi, we're here, you're not alone, we're with you all the time, and we just want to say hi. You're on the right track. Keep going with what you're doing. And that's how I relate to the signs. However, I do feel like it is synchronicity. It is giving that synchronistic um, idea, that which is about connection and being in the right place at the right time. So that's how I feel about 1111. And we were also talking about the 11 11 11 11, which happened a few 5 6 days ago, and the 11 11 11 11, that was pretty exciting. So 11th of November is 1111, and when I looked at the clock at 11:11, I was like, oh my god, this is 11 11 11 11. I mean, that is eight ones, and then 2022. So it's also, it feels very auspicious, feels very cosmic, and there was a lot going on with the eclipse we talked about last week, and those energies, the full moon energies. So I feel very much an opportunity point for manifestation, and I heard someone else talk about how this was the most powerful manifestation point of the year. So the
Mm.
cosmic energies are very powerful, or they were very powerful in 1111. So there's still embers of that as we move on. It's into the week. We still connected to that energy. It's definitely that 1111. For me, it's a reminder that I'm not alone, that spirit is supporting me, that I am on track, and I find that really helpful. What do you get numbers as well, Debbie? That
Well, I've always had 909 throughout my life, telephone numbers. I worked in law enforcement, so they assign your body a number. It was 909. And I look and I see it, on the clock all the time. But I finally, what I did, you know, people can make up all kinds of things of what numbers and signs mean and all that, and that's fine. But what I did is I set an intention on a numerology type of book and said, I can use this agreement with my spirits. This is validation that I can use this book and it'll be a true meaning. But I set intentions on stuff. So if I see dimes, I set that intention with the other side. When I see you, bring me dimes, and I'll open the back door of the car. There's a dime on the seat. I'll open the door to get out into a parking lot. There's a dime on the ground. So they just appear, and I know that the spirit guides are with me, and because that intention was set, that agreement was set. And so because there's so many things that people can just kind of make up all kinds of things and rules and things about the universe and everything. Everybody has to find out what's true to them. And I hear a lot of things and I just kind of shake my head. This is the way it is, and I'm like, what? Especially this one. And some people, you guys can disagree with me if you want, but this thing that you have to have permission to read somebody, I don't need permission. I can read anybody. And but people have their certain things. Now I don't know what your take is on this, David, but a lot of people tell me that there has to be exchange of energy, and you might be somebody that goes with that. And so when I do a reading for someone, they have to give me money back or something like that, and I really don't believe in that. And the
Yeah,
reason,
yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Well, let me just say I don't believe in that either. Good. Carry
oh,
on.
okay. And I don't, because we have to have an ability to be charitable. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. So I agree with you wholeheartedly, because if you don't give to other people, then what are you? You're just all about, oh, we have to exchange something. Well, no.
right,
The whole, all the religions talk about selflessness and altruism and giving to someone from the heart, and being human, or even animals. We don't say to the dog, we're going to feed you if you do this, and if you do that you have to
yeah,
exchange with us. It's not how it works.
hmm,
It's not, if you're giving everything and not getting anything back, then it's going to be out of balance. But if you're looked after, then giving to others is your gift, and it's a beautiful alchemy, and it's something that will fulfill you and bring you joy and bring another person joy. And that's what we're here to do, is to share our gifts, and it's not about accounting. Oh, you did this
right.
for me, so I'm going to do this for you. And that's not what the kind of spiritual relationship. So that's not what friendship is. There is a certain give and take, but if your friend really needs you, then you don't say, oh, you haven't done anything for me, I'm not going to help you.
I
It's
agree.
so I just see it as friendship and giving, and some people really are in need, and we can't always think in terms of what we're going to get, because we don't know what we're going to get. Maybe God will give us something out of that. Maybe that person will come back in 50, well, whatever, 5 years, and they will bring us flowers, and they'll say, you know what, you saved my life. So we're
I
planting
I often
seeds.
have clients come back. I just had them come
Yeah.
back after 5 years and tell me something about the reading. Um,
Yeah.
but I always, I tell people, I go, if anything, just know that, there has to be a way to give charity to others. And I do feel like it was made up by someone that just wanted to make sure they got paid. I really do.
Mm.
And you guys, we don't have written rules to everything, and everybody's just kind of making them up or doing whatever they've been told the way it is. So keep your eyes open and no limits as to the spiritual life that we have in the universe, because uh, you know uh, we have a lot of freedom. We were just talking about 333. We wanted to start at that time. We started early. Everybody thinks that we're going to be on in about 10 minutes. It's okay. But
Um,
you said that meant freedom to you.
yeah, that's. I'm not sure if that's something I've read or just something that it
You
means to
feel
me.
it.
That's just something I feel around those numbers, and it excites me. It really excites me. The 333. It just yeah, that's how I feel. I think it's a really important conversation we're having, and essentially we're talking about freedom and boundaries and who makes the rules. And
Yeah.
often we just think, oh, these are the rules, but who made them and what was their intention, and could those rules be evolved, or what in what circumstances are they there for? And we think of our criminal system and we think, well, if we were another planet or a more spiritually evolved civilization, how would we treat people who break these laws? And because some of those laws are sort of made to be broken, and some of them are you kind of have to break them. Because even I'll give you an example. When I applied for, I grew up in Africa, so when I came to Australia, I applied for, um, it's like a green card, and I was traveling, I was overseas, and the immigration department sent me an email saying, "We're processing your visa. You need to be in Australia." And I said, "Well, how do I get into Australia? Because it's kind of I have this visa in Australia that's being processed." But they said, "Oh, you need to come in on a tourist visa," which is essentially telling me that I need to lie, because to come in on a tourist visa, I have to write on a form that I'm coming in for tourist purposes. So that's what I'm saying. It's like some systems are you have to lie to fill in the form. How else can you live in this world? So it's strange because we as spiritual beings we want to be completely honest. In some contexts, it's just not going to be possible. We have to kind of fudge the truth a little bit to serve whatever our intention.
Hmm. And
It's
that's what they had from Australia, where there might be another country that absolutely wouldn't do that. So, yeah, maybe it's a flexible thing we have to be, involved in. And sometimes we have to go with what they're saying, because that was an important thing to get you to Australia. But I do
yeah,
feel like in the metaphysical world, there's tons of things that people make up. Now, you can, say patent a method of manifesting or something like that, and or trademark it or whatever. And so, how do you do that? To have an original idea, nobody could have had it before you. So you're making the idea up. And you will patent it, and you will have a lot of people believing that that idea is a way that you can do something. So it's just stuff that you hear, stuff that people make up. But we can work with our guides, we can work with the archangels and all of that, the higher power that we go to and turn to, and we can make an agreements on how we're going to work and manifest and all of that. So I really do feel like that we have to use our common sense. What feels good?
yeah. Our common sense that's really important, and whatever system is in 2022, we're here to navigate through that system, work with that system, and ultimately being discerning is so important. And you talked about common sense, you mentioned common sense, and common sense is an intelligence, and it's a worldliness. It says, well, we're in the world, we need to deal with the rules that the world presents for us, and we need to do it in a sensible way. And a lot of people struggle with that.
Right. And I think I'm excited. I really like that. I really try to have that kind of a natural common sense about things. And so um, I cross paths with a lot of people that I go like, clueless, don't they have any common sense? What happened? How are they brought up,
Hmm.
But I feel for me, I feel like it's just a natural thing, And I'm just saying hello to some of the people. Hi, Sally. From Michigan. That's where my family's
Wow.
from.
I have
Oh,
a
the
friend
Great
in
Lakes.
Michigan. She sends me lots of beautiful pictures of forests, and it's getting pretty cold over there. She's
Yeah.
sending me
Lots of
some
snow
weather. She
pictures
sends me the
coming up.
weather updates because she's from here, so she's sending me these. I'm
Oh,
like, oh my god, it's a
I
lot
would get,
colder than Australia.
yeah. I get a lot of stories when I was little, because I walked to school and my mom like, I walked to school when the snow was, 8 foot high on the sides and it was freezing cold. And I would just be going, we live in San Diego, you know. So she had a lot of snow stories there. It can be really
In
cold.
San Diego.
She had snow. Well, it snowed a couple weeks ago here in San Diego.
Really?
Yes, I was complaining because my furnace went out, and so we bought a new one. And I was complaining, and it's like 52. I'm cold, but I'm like, we do wear shorts and everything, but we're not tropical like you are in the region which you are. Oh, this is so cute what she just put in. Look at snowflake and a
Oh, I
penguin.
love the snowflake.
Isn't that neat? That's good. Yeah, it gets pretty cold there, but San Diego's pretty good. But we did have snow. We have snow in the mountains every year. So
Hmm.
people come here in winter and they're like, oh, I've got my swimsuit and my towel and some shorts and t-shirts. I'm fine. And then they're buying jackets and pants when they get here because we're not tropical. And, Mexico is right here. We're on the border, but you have to go further down to really get the heat. So
Hmm.
that is where I live. But
And
getting back, go ahead.
I've been to San Diego in December, I think it was. So I had a taste of winter, and it was very pleasant that time of year. No snow.
Oh gosh. Well, the snow is up in the mountains. They're called the Lagunas and the Cuyamacas. And so I am about 40, well, actually, I'm probably about 40 minutes from the snow if it comes down low, and I am about 20 minutes from the beach. So it's this is a good place to be.
That's a good spot. That's a beautiful spot. I remember flying from San Diego to San Francisco. It was probably the 24th of December. It was right before Christmas because I remember being in San Francisco for Christmas, and it felt a bit much
Oh,
colder in San Francisco.
yes, it is. It's north, and there's right next to the ocean there, and they can get pretty big weather there. But LA down, Santa Barbara down, you've got great weather. So, but anyway, you guys, we will be doing some readings later, and I'll be here for a half hour by myself doing readings. So please share the show, bring some people in, so
And
I have some people to read.
and thank you, Carlos. Carlos sees a lot of beautiful numbers, and
Did you see 909 is in one of his letters, and numbers, that's my number. So Sally has a question for you. How close are you to the Great Barrier Reef?
the Great Barrier Reef is very close. It's so I'm obviously not. I'm on land right now, but if I went out in a boat, 15 minutes, I'd be. That's the Great Barrier Reef right
Wow.
there. So I could swim. I guess I could. No, I couldn't really swim. Just a short boat trip away, Sally. So yeah, this is the Great Barrier Reef region, which is. It's over 500 miles. I don't know the exact. It's a kind of the region is over 500 miles, but
Wow.
essentially there's a whole coastal territory which I'm in, which it's Queensland. I have a little bit. I didn't feel very comfortable with the idea. I sort of, yeah. Have you been diving, Debbie?
Oh no, I've got common sense.
It's a lot of pressure, a pressure on the body, and my body. I didn't feel comfortable, to be honest. So
No, my husband is a diver,
oh
and so he's
wow,
done a lot of that.
wow.
Um, but oh no, I don't want to do that. And when I think of Australia, do you want to know the first thing? It's not like I'm going kangaroo or alligator, whatever you guys have, or anything like that. I think shark, great white sharks. That's why I would
Well,
never be diving at
we
the
have
barrier reef.
crocodiles where I live.
Crocodiles. Okay.
Yeah, crocodiles, which I think it's the same as what
They
you
they
have
they
pretty
have a
much.
different look. They are different, but they're
Kind
we
of look
always
the
say the
same.
same. Their
I don't know.
snout is different.
Oh,
No,
really?
I don't want anything like that. Of course, I think Louisiana I think Texas even has alligators, and Louisiana, and of course Florida. And my husband's been down in the Keys, several times, and the alligator farms and all of that. And I'm like, oh no. Now
Yeah, yeah.
my father was someone who was in charge of missiles and stuff, and so he was always at Cape Canaveral, and
Oh,
so he had came back, and then I got a present. My sister and I got a present, a little shoebox, and we opened it up, and it was a taxidermied baby alligators. And as soon as I
wow.
go, yay, and got it in my hand, I threw that sucker across the house. I was like, ah! So no,
They're
no.
quite cute when they're babies. I've also been to a crocodile farm, which is out here, and it's a very very strange scenario having so many crocodiles in one place.
Mm. Sally says she's certified diving in Lake Superior at 32-degree water and 32-degree air.
That's
Woo!
fantastic, Sally. You can definitely come out here. It's warm water this time of year.
She's got a lot of friends in veterinary medicine that are from Australia. I want to say hi to Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Yeah, that's interesting, Sally. Are you in veterinary? I always struggle with that one. Veterinary medicine.
Veterinarian.
Are you in that field? Is that why you have friends, or it just happened that way through synchronicity?
No, you know what I think about kangaroos? That they could punch you out or kill you with their tail. So I'm like,
Well,
not an Australian.
they don't come close, Debbie. They you look at them and then they kind of run away. They're very
Oh,
timid.
okay. I'd be running.
They're scared. They're not sort of coming, and they're not aggressive at all. They run away when they see anyone. I used to
Okay.
see a lot of them, and they'll if you're at a distance, they're fine, but if you walk closer, then they just run away.
So in the wild, you'll see one. I mean, we only see
Yeah,
them
yeah,
at the San Diego Zoo.
we see a lot of them, and yeah, there's some wallabies. Wallabies are smaller than kangaroos. They're more cute, but I've seen a lot of them. When I first came to Australia, my parents lived in near a reserve, and the reserve had a lot of kangaroos. So it was just about a mile from their house. So I was always just walking the dogs, and the dogs would go crazy, and then the kangaroos would just run away. And they had these beautiful kangaroos in the reserve. Unfortunately, the developers came along, and so those
Oh,
kangaroos
moved on.
were removed. Yeah,
Oh, they're
which
removed? Oh
I
my
heard they
gosh.
were removed. Yeah, which that's another topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the strangest things I've ever seen in the United States is I went to Louisiana and I saw armadillo. And that was like, what planet is that from? You
yeah.
know? But it's amazing when you get into the world and you look up the animals that are there and everything. There's so many different things.
Yeah, and the kind of pets some people have because my I had a friend who used to have this reptile that was about this long, and she brought it to yoga class. She kept it in her handbag, and she took it around and she
Uh,
said it
what
slept with her
kind? Are we talking like a lizard or a snake
like a
ish?
lizard, like a
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
but a
We
big one, like a not a small, like
big
a
like
sometimes.
iguana thing.
Yeah, maybe it is an
Yeah.
iguana even. It
Yeah.
was pretty docile. It didn't move much, and she slept with it. She did everything with it. She took it. It seemed to be quite comfortable just sleeping a lot, and
No.
pretty unusual pet to have. And I had another
Mhm.
friend who had a snake, believe it or not, a python.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and I felt it when it went around
No.
my neck, went around my neck, and
Oh.
I was like, no.
No, no, I'm not a snake person. Though I have pet sit snakes, ribbon snakes. It's all fine until they die. Because I gave it goldfish and didn't know that they have to go head first. And the stupid snake took it tail first and it got stuck in its throat. I
Really?
am pulling out a goldfish out of the snake. I was like, no,
Oh
I
no.
can't. I can't pet snake anymore. I
Yeah.
can't babysit them. But yes. So Sally has 36 years in the field. That's amazing. Hello to Helen. So it is time to start the show, and we've been on for 30 minutes. So we came in early. You guys will be doing the shows at 3 p.m. Pacific because of daylight savings time in Australia and the United States. We are, 1 hour off for David. So we're going to adjust that next week. Somebody remind me because, oh my goodness. But we talked about numbers, and I know Carlos is really into numbers, and he's always saying what it is and the number and all of that. I think it's really great to be able to be confident in the signs the universe gives you, and to live your life that way. And as long as everything's validated, and you can use those numbers for all kinds of things. And, I'm real light on that. I should really get more into it. But there's so many things. There's so many things that you can get into. And you're always studying, David. You study all kinds of stuff.
There's a lot to study. Yes,
Well, we were
always
talking
more.
about profound things. And I love the things you say, like when I'm saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot it was supposed to be 3 o'clock," and I said we could do 3:30 or whatever. And you go 3:33, freedom. See, it's a great auspicious day, and I'm like, oh gosh, we're so opposite. Sally has
Well,
some
I
numbers.
think you said when you get lemons, then make lemonade, and I think that's a
Lemonade,
beautiful skill to develop.
right?
And
Even
yesterday,
Sally has some
my
numbers.
friend gave me a whole lot of bananas, so I'm excited. I've got lots of bananas. I can make banana bread.
Oh, I need a good recipe for that. But do you know what's hard for me is I did a class on uh, British like tea cakes and stuff. So I had it. It's very much different from things in America, but I had to uh, find out the measurements and redo all the measurements. And I was like, oh my gosh, can anybody put this in my
Yeah,
numbers and my measurements?
it's really confusing, but I've lived with that confusion my whole life. So
I do
you
want
can
to know, yes, if you are in Africa and you are in Australia and then you come to, you're going to have to know both ways. Are you a good baker?
yeah, I really enjoy baking. It's a meditation for me, and I just love it.
I love it. I want my own kitchen somewhere where nobody is. I'm going to lock it all up. Nobody can get in because it never fails. I'll be making a birthday cake or some special thing or my gingerbread houses or something. And people walk in, "What are you making? You're making a cake? Who's it for?" And I'm like, "Shh, it's a secret." But I really like to do it alone. I want to
Hmm.
bake by myself.
You need your
And
space, Debbie, your baking space.
I do. That's nobody can get into. I like to
Mm.
surprise people and make something. And if something comes out really bad, nobody ever knows, you know.
And that's
But
another topic we could talk about, spaciousness. I just like how that sounds, spaciousness, and how we all need spaciousness in different areas of our life, in our personal lives, our relationships, and how spacious are your relationships? Because some people will take a lot of your time. They'll be your friend. It's important to have spaciousness. And romantically, some people say, well, my romantic partner, we work best when we have separate beds. We both have our space, and it works perfectly. So there's a lot of variation with relationships. That I think spaciousness would be a great topic to explore.
I want some of that. I
Mm.
don't know. I'm blessed and still incredibly busy. And it just seems like I have such good friends. And I feel guilty and I shouldn't. And I've got to get over that of like giving them time. And it's come to sometimes they need to always come to me and I go, I want to come to them. And it's so hard to just schedule. It really is. I'm really manifesting that I will have time to, have my space to myself and be able to bake because I am a good baker and I love doing that. But I want to explore the breads and all of that.
And
But
when you see someone who's invested in their kitchen, it's just really inspiring. You just feel, wow, I want to be in this kitchen. This is Some
well,
people have
the
very state of the art equipment, and just those metal desktops, and the
oh yeah,
spaciousness. When you have spaciousness in a kitchen and you're like, wow, the things I could do in this kitchen.
yeah. I want a house that's almost all kitchen. That would be great. I have all kinds of little things that equipment, all kinds of equipment. I've had 4 KitchenAid mixers, so one that's professional, which I didn't like. I didn't like that bowl coming up, so I have 3 tilt heads, and I've got a mini, and I've got an artisan, and then I have one from 1949. And so I love my mixers and I love making things. Probably the one thing I love is the holidays because I make very special desserts and cookies and things. And people say, you could sell it or can I buy it or whatever. And I'm like, are you kidding? It's so intensive, involved. Here you can have a cookie, but I can't make them for everybody.
Well,
But I love
sometimes
making.
when
Go
you
ahead.
do something at home, and sometimes you use the best ingredients, and you spend a lot of money on those ingredients. But commercially, it's hard to, unless people are willing to pay top dollar. You'll sell it, because my sister had a bit of a home business. She made the most extraordinary cookies, and she spent so much money on the ingredients
Ingredients.
that selling them, she would cover her
Yeah.
costs and a little bit, maybe.
Yeah,
um,
I think the thing for me is the people all say there is a really great German bakery here, and they always say we'll match the price. Just weigh your stuff, and we'll buy it that way. So, but I do, you do it because I get so much, from it myself to actually make something that I feel is very great, tastes good, or just beautiful.
mhm.
So, and beautiful, I should say. So, those things are important. You always talk about playing. To me, that would be playing. You always say,
Yeah,
go out. It's time to play and be
yeah.
light. And I'm like, yeah, I'm working.
Well, some people make artwork in different ways. They may make it in their cake, and that's a form
Oh,
of
yeah.
artwork.
Yeah. Well, when you're making a celebration cake or something, that's love and that is, appreciating that person. And
Hmm.
so I always made the cakes. I made a guitar cake for my son, one of my sons, and I made my husband's into clocks. I made a clock. I've done all kinds of things, but yeah, we have to find that outlet.
And I
Yeah,
was
creative
thinking when you
outlet.
said the clock that maybe you could make a clock with some sacred numbers, some significant numbers.
11:11 clock.
Yeah, 11:11 clock.
Yes.
And then I was also thinking about the intention that goes in with the food and how that energy comes across in how people appreciate it and receive it. I really believe that.
Do you bless your food before you eat it?
I do when I remember. I'm not always such a disciplined
Yeah.
practitioner. Sometimes, yeah, I have a lot. I do believe in that. And some, I don't always do it. I kind of,
I'm the
you know.
same. I'm the same. Like I'm yeah, nah, 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 and then I go, "Oh, thank you for the food. It was good."
I think especially when someone's made you something, then it's easier to. It feels like a prayer when you really appreciate all. Even when you've spent a
Aw.
lot of time making something special, then it feels more sacred, more. It's sometimes if you just make like if I just make toast with peanut butter, I don't always bless it.
Oh, I just made toast with butter to have something before the show, and I was after I got finished, I went, "Oops, okay, thank you. That's
Mm.
a blessing to eat, a blessing for the food." But we have Thanksgiving coming up here, so happy Thanksgiving to the people that celebrate that in the United States. And but I don't cook anymore, so I just went to the restaurant and ordered the whole dinner. So I'm gonna bless that. They are
And when
blessed that they're cooking for me.
yeah, when is Thanksgiving?
It is going to be next week, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's always on a Thursday. And sometimes it coincides with my son's birthday. So we will have a birthday and we will have Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, still COVID is here. And so we will just be our little pod. Here we call it a pod. We're all together through this in a pod. We should have made our
Oh,
pod bigger. Just three of
hmm.
us. But I want to tell everybody that we're going to be doing some readings in just a couple minutes. If you want a reading, please post a comment, please share, please message your friends because I'm going to be here until 5 and David's going to have to go, but I'm going to be here and doing readings. But if nobody's here, I will leave. So do tell people they have an opportunity to get a good reading to come in and post that they would like it. And if you have a question, go ahead and put that. So Michelle's already
And
got. I'm making a list. I'm going to make a list. It's the only
and I'm
time I
just
ever make a list.
I'm just thinking I'm going to see a friend who I haven't seen. I don't remember when I saw him last. I'm trying to remember when did I see him last. I think I remember now. It was 6 years ago, and we have the same birthday. So
Oh,
I always feel a connection to him. And there's something to that. The same birthday, we probably would definitely have similar astrology. Um, yeah, so I'm
hmm
excited.
I
He's
am so my sign. Do you feel like you are so your sign, your birthday
I
sign?
don't know. I
Oh,
I feel like there's
really?
the ascending sign, the moon sign. There's so many elements, and there's Vedic astrology. I think is deeper than Western astrology, and there's I like a combination of numerology and astrology. I think that's helpful. The time you're born, for instance, is significant, and it's hard to get an accurate time of when you're born. So I think that there's a lot of factors that I think also I was born sort of towards the end of the sign. Um, but
I'm
yeah.
right at the beginning of Libra, right there. And I
Mm,
am so Libra. I am so Libra. And you guys, when I do tarot and I find out who the person is, it can coincide with a sign. So I'm the Queen of Swords. They're kind of loud and opinionated
mm.
and all that. And with the justice theme of what's right and wrong, oh my gosh, I'd be a great attorney and everything that would be. But there was a book that I got when I was young called Linda Goodman's Sun Signs and
I
Linda
saw that
Goodman's
book.
Love
That was a
Signs.
famous book.
so right on. The love signs is great because you take the sign of somebody you're seeing and your sign and see if you're compatible. When I used that when I was dating, I dated a lot. I would look at it and it would be so right. And I could not believe it. And one time, I'm telling you, for a few years, there was an online email that would come, somebody, and it was a horoscope, and it was dead on every day. It was crazy. That, and there's a publication called Women's World, and I get it once in a while, read it, and just go, "Oh my gosh, it's everything that
There's
just happened."
some people have a special gift, because I remember when I was in Hawaii and I found a book and it had every day of the year, and it was just one page for every day of the year, and I read my day and it was spot on. It was really, really accurate. So there's certain people who just have this special gift. But the mainstream stuff is tends not to be very accurate. It also they don't look at your moon sign. So your moon sign is your feminine, your emotional side. And I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra. So they look just superficially, and there's so many influences cosmically, and it's
Well,
more like an art. We have
I
to see it as an art.
I do believe that when you are going to use a book or you're going to be doing something, you have your guides take you to the system or the horoscope or whatever that you can rely on. And I put my intentions on, and I put it somewhere. Linda Goodman's Angel Numbers 101. I know it's here somewhere. And I said, okay, we're going to use this. It's going to be right. And it seems to do really well. But I have a tremendous idea for you, and I'm going to send you an email on it of something that you should be doing. But I'm not going to give it out because it's like intellectual property. So I wrote myself a note. If I forget, what is this great thing, Debbie? I have it written down. Michelle says she's Gemini, Sun, and Moon. I don't know the moons, the suns, or whatever. I just know I'm a freaking Libra, out through
Well,
and
you
through.
get your sun sign. Your sun sign is probably your Libra, and that's what motivates you. What are you motivated by? Then you get your ascendant, is more like how you show yourself to the world. Your moon sign is your feminine. That's your emotional part, and then you get other things like the Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and some other things. So in Vedic astronomy, the astrology, some of they're quite hard to understand. Different terminology they have.
Yeah. I've had 3 times that people have done these big reports. Here, we want to, give this to you. And I go, okay. And then I'm like, I'm done. 2 pages. There's a lot there. I think I'm confident in who I am. And I know that I align a lot with just the basic Libra justice and all of that. And
Have
so,
you heard of the nadis?
no.
So these were ancient Sanskrit texts written on leaves, and they say you have to find someone special in India who will go into the nadis and find your nadi, and they say everyone's got a nadi,
Yeah.
and that will have your birth date, your name, your details about your life, and it's all in this thing called the nadis. It's quite a fascinating
Well, we
thing.
got to look that up. I like the name.
Yeah,
I
the
have a friend
nadis.
that everything that happens, she goes, "Oh, my body feels good about that." She would be going, "Oh, my body feels really good when you say that."
Mm.
Natties, okay. I only have 2 people on a list for readings. You guys, share, tell people that they can come get a free reading. Now, you guys know that in the description, if you want to, this is David's show, and you ever want to go ahead and give him a donation of any amount, he is appreciative of that. And his information on that is right there, paypal.com, PayPal me,
And what I'm gonna
Starlight
do is, sorry to
Meditation.
interrupt you.
It's okay. I'm trying
My
to give people to give you a little money, and you're
Thank
cut.
you.
Okay.
And I interrupted the flow. I have in a previous lifetime, I made a vow of poverty. So sometimes I have some money blocks. I'm sure a lot of people have that as well, especially people more interested in spirituality and yoga and these kind of ascetic religions. And so we really have to let go of these contracts and consciously say, that was great last lifetime, but this lifetime I'm all about the abundance. And we have to let go the shame and the guilt and all these things. And same with sexuality. People often inherited a lot of these old ideas, old beliefs about those matters. So I am working on a website. I'm going to get that website running soon, so people will be able to contact me there. And I've been very slow to take action on that. And I would like people to be able to order some of my artwork in wood blocks. I really like the wood block prints.
Is that going to be on your website?
Yeah, and that's going to be amazing because people will get that printed in America if they live in America, and then it will get sent directly to them, and it's
Is
quite.
that Fine Art America? Are you on Fine Art America?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
some other options, so it's relatively cheap. It can be really not much at all to get a wood block, and then you can get this beautiful printed wood block and have that in your home. So
We're going to
that,
put all that stuff. We're going to advertise your website, get it done, and how we'll have some pictures of some of the stuff that you can get, and the all the links to go, do that. And yes, he does take donations. Okay. All right.
there's a lot of friends have asked me about the art. They've asked me about the artworks, and they want originals, and some of the originals are, sitting on paper somewhere. My mom has a lot of, so the prints are actually better, would be better condition, more hardy, more stronger
Yeah.
than the original.
Yeah.
But I would love to do artwork for people, commission artwork, so something that's meaningful for them. That would be
Offer
fun.
that. Offer that. On your website
Yeah, and
for
then
sure.
everything can just be arranged. The size, the material, and then it's 100% yours and how you want it, and if you need a sign or a color or whatever means something to you, you can request that.
I'll make a stick figure for everybody for free. Because that's all I
Wow.
can do. I'm creative. I'm not a fine artist. That was my dad and my sister. They're like amazing.
Well,
And
everyone is
I'm not.
creative because to be human is to be creative. And the fact that you said you make all these cakes, and I'm like, you make a clock cake, I'm like, that's creativity, Debbie.
No, I'm very creative, and when I worked, I used to make displays. So I'd have a whole wall, and people would in the past just put up paper things and thumbtacks or staples, and I would take a real fence and hammer it, and make a fence, make a building, and build these things. And we have Halloween here, and I always would build a great big display that's lit with music and everything out of giant cardboard boxes and paint bricks and all kinds of stuff. And so, yeah, creative, but I give so much kudos to the people that are can make something that looks like, a person, or, painting and drawing and all that. That wasn't given to me as a gift for sure. But that's okay. I like being creative. You know what? Since we only have you for like 10 minutes or less, why don't we give Michelle? I'm going to give Michelle a reading. Michelle, thank you for coming through YouTube today. Appreciate that. think I'm going to flip the cards over for you. Michelle, the first card that comes down is my card of like, what do I do? Like big decisions to make. Do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do that? There's a little bit of confusion and struggle over that as well, that energy that's crossing over you. Make sure that you are doing an affirmation or something to help you with these decisions. So I see clearly every day, I see the right decision and I take it. So that would be a good thing to say to make sure that you are getting those decisions made. Sometimes it's hard when we have opportunities or different things that we can do. I do get a new beginning for you in the future, which is really good. Brand new start. We all need that. I think you gave up something recently. I feel like I let something go because I want to go in a different direction. My future is that away. So maybe I had a little bit built up, but I'm going that way. I do get a little bit of love here, which is nice and working well with people. I get some kind of I don't know, somebody has a wedding or a family reunion or something. I do see something coming up that's really good relationship wise. Now, let me talk to you about this decisions and stuff. I need you to take more time thinking over the bigger things in life that you're going to do and don't jump at anything. Like if there was something shiny, don't grab it, no. I do feel like that wouldn't work out for you. I see that coming up. So you're going to have to use some restraint when something's like, hey, here or whatever. You go, well, let me think about it. All right. I got to think about that. I do get a celebration or a party or something coming ahead for you as well. And that's what I have for you.
So Michelle, I got a few cards for you. So the first card that pops out is about boundary setting and letting go of stuff that's not yours. And I feel this is really coming strongly through that there's a sense of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and that's not yours to carry. It's not your stuff. We're here to be playful, to have fun, and like we talked earlier, to set boundaries, set intentions, be discerning, not get caught up too much and or bogged down in other people's stuff, because it's just going to drag you down, and you're not here to be dragged down like that. And so stop carrying the world's problems on your shoulders. That's the takeaway from that. I know that you felt a bit depleted energetically because the state of the world is probably going to be quite depleting for most of us. And really, you do care so much. So that's a beautiful quality, and I don't want to dim that caring quality that you have, Michelle. And it's like you wanted the world to be a better place, and you want to make it easier for other people. But it's just really important that you switch gear and you establish clear boundaries, so that you're not going to be taken out energetically like that. And when you're healthy physically and emotionally, you're going to be able to help people more. You're going to be able to help the planet more. So please disconnect from media. That's really important. That's weighing you down. And nourishing practices like yoga, meditation, time in nature, that's gonna really help you. But please turn off the television, turn off the media. That's not going to help you right now. I do see a thinking woman card. It says that there is high understanding coming towards you. Could even be a friend that understands your feelings. She's there to help you, and it's a feminine card, so it's a female, and she could be guiding you to take a new direction. Um, it represents some kind of blossoming that she's going to help you. And then I get a card that says that you're going through the life cycles, that everything is cyclical, as you know, that the snow, after the snow comes the springtime, and the buds come out and the sun comes out. And so really look at your life and say, well, which cycle am I in? And really develop a wisdom cyclically. So at the moment, it's saying you're in a yin cycle, and most of the action is happening underneath the surface. So that means this is a time for receptivity, for intuition, for gestation. So circumstances may force you to go within, and also with the winter coming up, that's a real yin cycle. So be reflective, be yielding. Uh, don't feel like you have to make massive changes on the outside. Be open to receiving in this yin cycle and this receptive cycle. And I also get a closeness to family card, which is some kind of joy and celebration coming up. So that's exciting. It could be some fun and some party or some gathering that's going to be a celebration that's going to be really positive. So I hope you enjoy that, Michelle, and just keep going with the flow, and be aware of that cycle. Thanks.
Thank you, David. David, is it time for you to go?
Yeah, it is. But
I'm
maybe we
gonna
could do. What do you?
I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna do Helen, Sally, and Sandy. I already have cards for Helen, but I don't want to take you away from your day.
I could do one more very quickly.
Okay, you can do Helen, and then we'll say goodbye, and then I'll finish with Helen, and then I'll do the rest of people that I have on my list.
Okay.
That was really good. Michelle had a lot of comments, so you guys stay tuned. I'm doing Helen, Sally, and Sandy. Let me bring Helen up. I'll be talking money to you, Helen.
So, did you want me to start?
Yeah, I'll because I might take a little longer. That's fine.
All right. So, Helen, the first card that popped out is saying it's an artist card. It's saying that you can manifest whatever you like. Your life is a canvas. It's about manifestation, creative accountability. It's a very positive card. It's like, just go out and express yourself in the best possible way. And it's see your life as an empty canvas that you can fill with the things that give your heart satisfaction, fulfillment, give you joy. The other card that pops out is actually saying tuning into gratitude is going to help you. So being really grateful for all the good things you have, that's really going to shift the energy, because sometimes you sort of getting caught up in in the hurdles instead of being caught up in the fruits of those hurdles. So it's all depends on your perception and orientation, but those flowers are out there, and so don't focus on the thorns, focus on the shining flowers, the buds that are developing. So you have a lot to be grateful for, and choose the appreciation side. There may be some travel coming up because there's a world card. This is saying it's giving you the go ahead to travel. So it can also say your perception of the world, linked to what I was saying before, how you perceive the world. Remember to to see yourself as part of the world and choose the direction you want to take. So an affirmation could be that my life is expansive, it's filled with boundless horizons and unlimited powerful energy. There's a real power of possibilities open to you right now. However, there is also something sort of standing in your way. I talked about it before in terms of hurdles. Um, there is some kind of hostility toward you. I feel like it could be something you've already been already started in the past, so it feels like it's still crossing over you to some extent. So there is something in your environment that's being critical, demanding, hurtful. It could be some kind of gossip against you. So I feel like just be careful of that. When that comes up, it don't panic. Just be careful that there are people who maybe don't have your best interests, and it's just important for you to focus on boundaries and building a peaceful and harmonious space around you. So just be really clear in your communications and don't be careful with that. And essentially, coming back to the card that really pops out, you are a manifester and your life is a canvas. So thank you, Helen. um,
All right, David. We'll say goodbye to you, but I'm going to
all
stay
right.
on and do readings.
So thanks,
And
everyone. Lots of love, and we will do some more topics. We'll come to it, so feel free to email us and things you want to talk about. And wishing you a beautiful week and beautiful Thanksgiving. I think
well,
it's at last
next week.
Thursday. Is it next
Mm,
Thursday? Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll see you before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Okay. Bye, David.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Okay. So, you guys, I'm going to keep going here. Hey, Helen, we're like I said, we're going to talk about money. Let me put what you said. You just play it like I have it. Okay. Let me tell you, the card that represents you, Helen, is a big one. And this is the card of the hangman. And it comes down first. When I get this card, it means that is a big spiritual thing happening, a lot happening. We're going to be maybe fixing karma, or maybe there's something that's supposed to happen that you need to experience. So it's a card of destiny that comes in. So you're all about learning these things and going through these experiences. Crossing you in temporary energy, I do have a King of Cups. This can be, I don't want to say spiritual, but somebody coming in or something in some capacity. To me, this is a fatherly type of energy. I feel like somebody that might like to be around the water. I feel like a really good person, kind, devoted, and loyal. So I do have this energy crossing over this person. Coming in the future, I get a wish come true. Something that you really want comes in, which is great. You made the right decision in the past. The big justice card made the right decision. So let's talk about money. It shows making money, and it shows sitting on the money. When I get this card sitting on the money, let's see if I can get it. I've got a light there. That means you need a budget. Save your money, hold on to your money, and watch your money. I'm going to tell you that I think there's going to be a time that you're going to be having fond memories of the past, and maybe you can see this one here. Is remembering fond memories of the past. And so I feel like that's really sweet. Now, let's talk about money. I really do have this um, card, and this is a great card saying success over a lifetime. So I think you're going to be fine. I think that you won't have to worry about money. I think everything's going to be great for you. Now, they show me I usually don't show all the cards. Look, they showed me a possible career offer that comes in, but here we go. We hear the caution. We have a caution when we get a Knight of Swords. Sometimes this is an uncommitting person, but this for you being next to that offer means, hey, don't commit to it unless you know you really want it. So you better take more time making that decision when that comes in. And that's what I have for you. Get on a budget. Okay, that's what I have for you. All right, Helen. All right, Sally is next. So let me bring Sally up. You guys have to bear with me as I shuffle the cards and take that time. I'm going back to Sally. This one you have a lot of writing on, Sally. So let me go further. Let's go here. All right. And so I'm going to connect your energy and take some cards. So I'm going to be here for 20 more minutes. If you guys, it doesn't take me long to do a reading. So if you know anybody that wants a reading, they just need to come in and post that. Okay, Sally. Okay, we have your energy in the cards. Okay. Now I can't see your comments, guys, because I am doing the reading that I will look after. So, Sally, let me see what I have for you. All right. All right, I'm going to flip them over. Just going to move these out of the way. This is the longest part of this, but it's necessary. All right, I'm going to flip them over and see what we got. All right, I love that. Let's see. You do get a message. You get a message, which is really good. All right. Interesting. I get trip, 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 trip. Okay. Sally, the first card that comes in and represents you is my Ace of Swords. That's when, all about at some point an idea comes, you're going to jump on it. It's going to take you in a new direction. Successfully, you are going to implement this idea. I feel really good. So we got a new idea coming. Now, I get a little bit of sadness or a little bit of feeling more alone or unsupported. That's just right now the temporary energy. Just blow that away. Go to your higher power and say, bring in my support, whatever I need to feel that I'm not alone in something or that I am supported in everything. And let's get that energy out. So, your message for the future is to have a positive attitude. Wish it to be. Whatever you want, wish it to be, bring it in, manifest that in. And it says, have hope and courage. No matter what happens, hang in there. Great things are to come for you. I do get a little juggling money in the past, taking money, putting it somewhere, or juggling it. We want to manifest for the cash, okay? I do get two trips here. So I feel like a short trip. And I'm telling you that I feel like you're going to go in a different direction in life. And it's going to be really fortunate for you in the future. I feel like a new direction. Almost like, oh my goodness. Like it was a positive change that happens, takes you right into good things. I love that. I do feel like you have two little trips not outside of the country coming up. I also want to tell you, I get the mentor card, so there may be somebody that comes in, and I want to say more of a dad type of fatherly energy here. And I do feel like somebody's going to show you how to do something, or give you really good advice. So do know that somebody comes in to help. I feel like ultimate outcome card is where we don't quite trust what's ahead. I want you to trust what's ahead. Manifest it, ask for it, bring it in so that you know how your life is going to go. And if you need my book on manifesting, psychic fixes at Gmail, send me a message. Debbie, you said you give me my give you my book on manifesting. I will send it to you digital copy. But you need to go and tell the universe what you want and when you want it and bring that in so that you can, be confident in what's coming ahead for you. That's what I have for you, Sally. So let me see what everybody says. And we go down to new comments. Also, I've got Sandy next. Hey, everybody. Hi. Okay. I'm going to go to, thank you, all the new people. I'm going to go to Sandy. She signed up next. And there you are. All right. I'm going to grab some cards for you, Sandy. And then I'll go down and I'll find the next person that asked. So I have 15 minutes. I should be able to do a lot of readings here. Okay, Sandy, I'm connecting with your energy. Sandy. All right, I have your energy in the cards. If anybody wants to donate tonight, if you get a reading, and you really feel that you want to do that, please send it to David. Next week, we will be on an hour earlier because of daylight savings time between Australia and America. Sandy. All right. Here we go. I'm going to do what I can, you guys, but I'm coming up on an hour and a half. So, okay, Sandy, I'm going to flip them over. Thanks for coming in through YouTube. You know, you guys, subscribe if you want to know when we're on. We have a lot of fun people on Psychic Fixes. Kit Adams, we have Dana Gomez, lots of people that we have David Starlyte. I'm always looking for people to come on to Psychic Fixes. If you're a practitioner, you can let me know. It's psychicfixes@gmail. If you want to do any shows, we can talk. All right, Sandy, the card that comes down for you is a very strong healing card, like healing going in the right direction. Sometimes it means I want to go on a trip, but I get a good healing card here. I do feel like that you have heavy burdens over you, almost like extra responsibility and stuff. You can take care of it. You can do it. So do know that. I do see you leaving something in the future. Like I had something built up and I got to leave it. I'm ready. I'm glad. My direction's this way. My future's over there. And so sometimes we have to give up things that, when we're ready and we know it. And I see that happening for you. I have success for you in the past position. I like that a lot. It is showing me, oh, you get the sticker. She gets the sticker right here on your forehead that says responsible. I get that you put a lot of hard work and effort into getting your success. Great character card. I get very responsible. You also have the entrepreneurial card, literally coming home to success. This is my card of, wow, why don't you do this at home thing or your own business or something? I get success there. I get harmony and partnership, if not now, coming in. I do feel like we're waiting on some kind of results. We're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, what's going to happen in the world, something like that. Everybody's getting that now. Sometimes it does prolong our plans. I want you to be strong. Face your fears and be strong. Your last card is kind of stuck, Sandy. So when I see this card of being stuck, let me see if I can show it to you. This is my big stuck card. And ultimate outcome card is feeling like, well, there's only so much I can do, or I can't do anything about that. My hands are tied to do that. No, 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 no. So this is where manifesting comes in. When we put two things together, one is the law of attraction, and we work with our guides, the archangels, good angels, ancestors, whatever, God, Jesus, whoever you turn to, we have a force to reckon with. So I always tell people, if you feel like there's anything that comes up that, oh, I can't do anything about that, it's kind of written in stone, then you bring in the manifesting and you start manifesting for what you want to come in. okay, and keep going forward. Sometimes physically or mentally, we can't do more than what we've done, feel stuck. Yeah, you can manifest. Manifest good stuff to come in and just what you want and go forward. Okay, so you don't feel stuck. And that's what I have for you. All right. I'm going to check Sandy. Thank you. I'm going to go down and see comments. All right. You are so welcome, Sally. And I'm going to go back up and see who was next. All right. So, okay, let me look at this. What? It's a cute little unicorn person. I love that. So, thank you, Sandy. And now we're going to do L. So, how's it going to be for you when you're employed? Let's see. Okay, we have your energy in the card. So, how's it going to be when they're employed? Okay. Thank you for coming through YouTube. All right, let me take some cards for you. All right, I'm going to flip them over. Now, next week on Tuesday, we'll be at 3 p.m. Pacific time. David will be here for the whole hour. We went on early today because he had plans. All right, here we go. Okay. You guys know I tell you as I see it. Okay. All right. You know what? The card that comes down for you, Elle, just to let you know, I feel like is having a secret or carrying a secret, and that's fine. I'm going to tell you, crossing over you in temporary energy, if you ever have to make an idea, go ask for help and opinions that'll help you make a decision. Okay. That might be coming up. I do get you getting to go somewhere in the future, which is nice little trip. I see, it's either university or training or something, making some kind of money or doing something in the past. I get an offer for you. I also get that you know how to do this, but I'm going to tell you when you first, going to be employed, I do feel like it's a struggle. It's confusing and a struggle, but you're going to be absolutely perfect. I get it's a wish come true for you. I get it's an investment. This money in this employment that you're going to get can build up as an investment and pay off in the future. And it takes a while to grow that money from that job, but I do feel like it's going to take care of your needs and your wants. So I feel like being employed is good. This is going to make the money you need in life. I also want to tell you that I feel that you have business practices down. I feel very much ambitious to be motivated and go to the top. So you're on your way. Best of luck to you. And that's what I have for you. Okay, I still have time to do readings. And let's keep going. And next one. So the person, Flea Little Piggy, that's probably something that I would do more in off air or in private. You can always just send me a message at psychicfixes at gmail, and I'll do that for you for free, and send you a audio on it. Yes. Hi. How are you? Let me go ahead and grab some cards for you. I'm going to connect to your energy. getting through my list here. Almost time for me to go. It's getting dark out, and I've got a few things I need to do. Okay, let me connect to your. Is it Mache or I probably not good with names, but I'm connecting to your energy now. All right. I'm going to do 10 cards for you. All right. I have your energy now. Okay. So I have lots of practitioners that work for Psychic Fixes. So if you go and follow and like Psychic Fixes on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, you'll find out when they go live. And they give free readings and advice and oracle cards and stuff like that. Okay. Flipping the cards over. Let's see what comes up. Oh, wow. You have some good cards here. Oh, we'll talk about money. Big money. I love that. You're going to have a fortunate life there. Okay. Oh, you have good cards. Oh my gosh. The card that comes down first for you is like, give me good news. Give me good news. I'm expecting good news. I'm going to put this little sticker right here that says capable. I get that you're multi-skilled. Like you could do anything you want. I'm not worried about you at all. I go, you could do whatever you want to do in life. I love this energy crossing over. You are going to acquire, you're going to be very skillful. I'm not worried about you at all. In the future, you're going to be working to get your desires, reach your goals, make a change for the in your home, in your career, and see the world. You are going to be driven to get all these things. I do get the Emperor card in the past. Either this means there was a mentor for you, or you could be a mentor. This is a card of giving good advice and showing someone how to do something. So if it's not you, somebody probably did that for you. I get that success over a lifetime. I think that you're going to be wealthy. I think that good things are coming in. Family's going to be good. Relationship's going to be good. You just got to get there. Okay. Success over a lifetime. It's wonderful. I do get you waiting on some results, or we're going to see what's happening in the world. But a new beginning is coming for you. And if you need to get advice about anything, go seek it out because I see that happening. I also feel like there may be an idea that you have that you can bring forward and use, and it'll be very, very good. All right. I do feel like there's a change coming for you. And I think from the change, no matter if it was difficult, it's the best for you and good things are coming for you. Okay. Good things. So you have cards that are really good. And I love that. You guys, it's 5 o'clock and I've been on for an hour and a half. So I am going to go. If you didn't get a reading, I'm really sorry. Just come back next time. And seashells, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing good. Um, and if we can do that next week, that would be great. I'll make sure that I get you a really good reading during the show. So next week, it's going to be 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. And it's been a pleasure to do a reading for everybody. I am so incredibly busy. I miss my hours of, free readings. And I hope to get back at that, but I'm starting a mentorship since you guys, have written books. You guys, I've written with Kara Carter Gubrid, The Past Lives of Deborah O'Hara. And so we're writing the fourth book now. That keeps me pretty busy as well as doing writing. But I just started a mentorship where I help you publish your book and also do tarot and start a small business and all that. If you're interested, just write me at psychicfixes at gmail. This is a new thing. I'm so excited. I've been mentoring people for years, and I thought, well, why don't I make it official? So I have. Okay, you guys, you are so welcome. And thank you so much for coming to Psychic Fixes. Please follow, subscribe, and all of that. And hopefully, I think David's going to be launching eventually his own show. So I'm really excited for him. And I have so much fun with him. We're so yin yang. But we agreed today, which I thought was really good. The stars are aligning. And oh, you bought my book on manifesting? Oh, you know, Helen, I do give that away, but I appreciate that so much. That was really nice. It really is a small book, and I have it over there because I just had to take photos of all my books. So I've got 7 books working on number 8. And the manifesting book, that happened, Helen, because I went on Amazon because I manifested and it was freaking everything came. And I gave a detailed list of what I wanted, and everything came in 14 days. I said, what is this? What is this about? So I saw The Secret, overly dramatic, but I understand how energy works. So I'm like, here, Debbie's on Amazon. Where's the, I don't want people's like big giant book. I just want to know how to do it. And it didn't exist. So I wrote it. It's like 40 pages. And it's just going to tell you a page, do this, 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 try this, this. That doesn't work. Do this, this, this. Just really fast how to do it because that's the way I am. Just show me how. I'm going to do it. And so I hope and pray that it does wonderful things for you. It changed my life. So, Sandy, you're welcome also. So, everybody, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you so much. And, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, you guys, just go ahead and have a great week. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Actually, I'm going to be on Saturday with Ghost Stories with Kara, Debbie, Brandy, and Sandra. Oh, gosh. Go see our last episode last Saturday because we had Jason Bradford on. Like he's an actor and he's in public relations in charge of 13 Fanboy, the movie on Showtime right now. And he was on with all his ghost stories. He sent me a little clip of this ghost coming up next to him in a video. It's amazing. So go watch that if you like the ghost stuff, okay? And 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 Linda, okay. Oh, congratulations on your job, Linda. You are in the start. Employment's going to be great for you and make you all the money that you need. You've got a good path, and so just stay with it. It's going to lead you to wherever you need to be. All right, you guys. Bye, Helen. And thank you so much. All right, you guys. Take care. Bye bye. See you next time.